Imagine if tomorrow morning suddenly the news comes that the era of lithium in car batteries is about to end. Yes, the same lithium, which is the biggest strength and also the biggest burden of every EV today. But Tesla has quietly worked on a technology that can change the whole game. It is being said that this battery will be so cheap, so safe, and so powerful that the auto industry around the world will have to rethink its strategy. Just imagine if the hassle of charging expensive battery packs and the fear of catching fire all end in one go, then what will the future of vehicles look like? And the biggest question, is Elon Musk really going to take such a step, which will end the reign of lithium forever? If you are thinking that this is just another EV battery story, then believe me, this video will change your way of thinking. Because this silent revolution of Tesla is not limited to batteries only, it can change the direction of the energy industry of the whole world. So get ready, because in the coming few minutes you will know the truth that was hidden till now. And yes, before moving on to the video, subscribe to the channel so that you can be the first to see such videos. The reality of lithium batteries. Think about it. All the electric cars running in the world today have the same heartbeat, lithium battery. This battery powers the EVs. It is the real heart of their engine. But the truth is that this battery is as important as it is a big problem. First of all, let's talk about its dependency. The EV industry today is completely dependent on lithium. That is, if the supply of lithium stops or its price increases, the entire EV market will be shaken. This is the reason why car companies, governments, and technology researchers are constantly thinking whether an alternative to lithium can be found. Now, just think, where does lithium come from? Its mining is not an easy task. For this, large mines are dug, millions of liters of water is wasted, and there is a bad effect on everything from the ground to the air. Especially countries of South America, like Chile, Argentina, and Bolivia, as well as China. A large part of lithium comes from here. But due to mining in these places, the balance of the environment is deteriorating. Many times the people living there do not even have clean drinking water, because mining companies extract millions of gallons of water. Imagine, on one hand, the world is moving towards green technology. On the other hand, the environment is being harmed in the manufacture of batteries. And this is not just a matter of environment, but also of politics. Lithium is called white gold today. Why? Because just as the politics of the whole world has been revolving around oil, in the same way in the coming times it will also start revolving around lithium. China is currently the largest lithium processor, which means that other countries have to buy from it. This means that whoever has the power of lithium will control the EV market. America, Europe, and other countries understand this, and for this reason, they are making new strategies. But until some other battery technology comes, the whole world will remain a slave to this white gold. Now comes the biggest problem: battery performance. The biggest question facing EVs has always been how far they can go and how long it will take to charge. Lithium batteries have a limit. No matter how much you upgrade, there is always a wall on the charging time and range. This is the reason why people still consider petrol-diesel vehicles more reliable, because they do not have the tension of finding a charging station every 300–400 kilometers. And even if a charging station is found, one has to wait for 30–40 minutes, which becomes a hassle for many people. Apart from this, another big problem with lithium batteries is safety. You must have heard many times that the battery of an electric car exploded or caught fire. Why does this happen? Because lithium batteries are very sensitive. Excessive heat, excessive charging, or even a slight mistake can make it dangerous. This is the reason why many people are still not fully confident about EVs. So now you can understand that lithium batteries are the lifeblood of the EV industry and also its biggest weakness. They are not cheap. Their mining is a threat to the environment. They have become a cause of politics between countries, and above all, their performance and safety are still in question. That is why companies and research labs around the world are working day and night to find new battery technologies so that EVs can truly fulfill the dream that we are shown again and again. The dream of cheap, safe, and long-range cars. Tesla's silent research. If you think that Tesla is just a car manufacturing company, then you are wrong. Actually, Tesla has always considered itself not just a car company, but a technology and energy company. Elon Musk believes that if electric vehicles really have to change the world, then only charging stations or long range is not enough. But there should be a revolution in battery technology. This is the reason why Tesla has been quietly doing battery research in the background for the last several years, the aim of which is to eliminate dependence on lithium. Elon Musk's master plan has always been clear. He does not want to become rich just by selling cars, but wants to take humanity towards a future where energy is sustainable. When he popularized EVs, even then the biggest challenge was the battery. People complained that the vehicles are expensive, the charging time is too much, and the range is still not as long as that of petrol-diesel vehicles. Musk understood that if EVs have to be made available to every home, then the battery itself will have to be redesigned. With this thinking, Tesla has invested billions of dollars in battery technology. Their gigafactory built in Nevada is not only for cars, but is also a hub of battery research. Here, Tesla is constantly working on new battery technologies. The most popular name among these is the solid-state battery. This battery is called the Holy Grail of the EV industry. The specialty of solid-state batteries is that it contains solid electrolyte instead of liquid electrolyte, which makes it safer, denser, and faster to charge. This means that if this battery becomes successful, then vehicles will be charged in minutes, not hours, and can run more than 1,000 kilometers on a single charge. Tesla is not limited to just solid-state. The company is also researching non-lithium technologies like sodium-ion and graphene. The advantage of sodium-ion batteries is that sodium is easily available in every corner of the world, and its mining is not as difficult and expensive as that of lithium. If Tesla brings this battery into mass production, the prices of EVs can suddenly come down a lot, because the most expensive part, the battery, will now become cheaper. At the same time, graphene batteries are considered to be extremely lightweight, super fast charging, and have a long life. Elon Musk himself has indicated many times in interviews that Tesla is not happy to stick to only lithium-based batteries. He knows that the time to come is of new technology. This is the reason why Tesla is working so hard in the background. The funny thing is that Musk sometimes suddenly makes announcements that surprise the world. Like Model 3, Cybertruck, and Starship, people were skeptical about these two in the beginning. But when the reality came out, everyone was surprised. In the same way, it is believed that when Tesla unveils its new battery technology, it will prove to be a direct game changer. This research of Tesla is not limited to cars only. His Powerwall and Megapack system is already helping homes and cities to store energy. Imagine if non-lithium batteries are introduced in these systems, the entire energy sector will change. Now, not just vehicles, but entire cities can run on Tesla batteries, that too in a much cheaper and safer way. In the end, it can only be said that this silent research being carried out by Tesla is actually a silent revolution. Today, people are not able to understand what the company is making inside, but when it comes to the world, perhaps the era of lithium will end forever. And then we will say that Elon Musk did not just create a company, but started a new era of energy for humanity. New battery technology. If we really talk about the battery technology of the future, then the picture is no longer limited to lithium. Scientists and big companies around the world are working on new batteries that can completely replace lithium. Tesla is also one of them, and the focus of their research is to make a battery that is cheaper, lasts longer, charges faster, and most importantly, is safe. First of all, let's talk about sodium-ion batteries. We also get sodium from salt in everyday life. That is, it is present in large quantities on Earth. It does not require expensive and difficult mining. If sodium-ion batteries start being used in EVs, then cars will automatically become cheaper because the cost of the battery will be greatly reduced. It also has less charging time and it works well even in low temperatures, which has been the weakness of lithium batteries. This is the reason why sodium-ion is being considered the most practical option for the future. Now let's come to graphene battery. It is called the superhero of battery technology. Graphene is a very light and strong material, the specialty of which is that electricity can pass through it very fast. That is, if your car has a graphene battery, it will be fully charged in a few minutes. Imagine, where today it takes 30 to 40 minutes to charge a lithium battery, a graphene battery can complete the work in 5 to 10 minutes. Also, its life is also long, and it controls heat well. This means that the risk of fire or battery explosion is also reduced considerably. The third name is solid-state battery. The EV industry considers it holy grail because its power and performance are excellent. It uses solid electrolyte instead of liquid electrolyte, due to which it can store more energy and is also very safe. If this battery becomes successful, then cars can run up to 1,000 kilometers on a single charge, and the charging time will end in a few minutes. Many companies, including Tesla, are doing research on this because these batteries can really prove to be a game changer. Now the question arises that how will these new batteries replace lithium? The answer is simple. Lithium is expensive. Its supply is limited to some countries, and its mining harms the environment. On the other hand, sodium is found everywhere. Graphene is very light and effective, and solid-state batteries are considered the safest and most reliable. If this technology reaches mass production, then the need for lithium will end. The benefits of these new batteries are so big that it is impossible to ignore them. First of all, these batteries will be cheaper, so that even a common man will be able to buy an EV easily. Second, their energy density will be high. That is, even a small battery will be able to give more power. Third, the charging speed will be very fast, so that it will not take as much time to charge the vehicle as it takes today. And most importantly, these batteries will be safer than lithium. Problems like fire risk, overheating, and battery explosion will be eliminated to a great extent. In the end, it can be said that this new battery technology is not just the dream of Tesla or any one company, but the future of the entire EV industry. When these batteries come on a large scale in the market, the era of lithium will end and a new era will begin. In that era, electric vehicles will not only be cheap and reliable, but will also take the world towards green and clean energy in the true sense. Why it is a game changer for the world. If Tesla or any company really succeeds in bringing new battery technology without lithium, then it will prove to be a big game changer, not only for the auto industry, but for the whole world. First of all, let's talk about the price. Today, the biggest problem with EVs is that they are expensive, and the biggest reason for their high price is the battery. About 40% of the cost of an electric car comes from the battery alone. Lithium batteries are expensive because their mining is difficult and limited. But if new batteries like sodium-ion, graphene, or solid-state start coming on a large scale, then the price of vehicles will suddenly come down a lot. This means that a common man, who today stops from buying an EV only because of the price, will also be able to buy it comfortably. The second and biggest benefit will be customer experience. Today, the biggest tension of EV owners is how far the vehicle will run and how much time it will take to charge. Lithium batteries have limitations, charging is slow, and the range is not as long as people want. But if a new battery comes, all these tensions will end. Options like solid-state batteries can run for 1,000 kilometers on a single charge, and will also take only a few minutes to charge. Similarly, graphene batteries are known for super-fast charging. This means that now people will not have the hassle of finding a charging station every 200 to 300 kilometers on long journeys, and will not have to wait for 30 to 40 minutes. In a way, this battery will make EVs as convenient as petrol or diesel vehicles are today. The third advantage is environment and recycling. The biggest problem with lithium batteries is that its mining causes a lot of damage to the environment, and recycling old batteries is also not easy. Due to this, both land and water get polluted, but new batteries, especially sodium-ion, are considered to be much more environmentally friendly. Sodium is available everywhere on Earth, and extracting it does not require as much water or energy as lithium. Graphene and solid-state batteries can also prove to be easier to recycle and more durable. This means that they can be used for a longer period of time, and there will be more opportunities to reuse old batteries. If you look at it on a larger level, its impact will not be limited to the car industry. When batteries become cheap and reliable, they can be used to store electricity in homes, to manage the power supply of big cities, and even in airplanes and ships. That is, the whole game of energy will change. In the end, it can be said that this new battery technology is a true game-changer for the world. It will not only make EVs cheap and easy, but will also eliminate the tension of customers and give relief to the Earth. If this revolution really comes, the era of lithium will end and a new era will begin. An era in which energy will be clean, cheap, and within the reach of everyone. Tesla's strategy. If you look carefully, the biggest feature of Tesla is that this company always works quietly and then suddenly surprises the whole world. They are adopting the same strategy with new battery technology as well. The question arises that why is Tesla working so secretly on this? Actually, Elon Musk understands very well that if he reveals too much of this technology in advance, then other companies will also run in the same direction and may launch it before Tesla's plan. This is the reason why Musk always keeps things hidden until they are completely ready. He also adopted the same method in Model 3, Cybertruck, and SpaceX projects. Earlier, people used to make fun of it, but when the product came out, everyone was stunned. This strategy of Tesla is actually like a silent revolution. The company keeps doing research and testing slowly, gives some small hints in between, and then suddenly shows the world something that changes the game. Elon Musk wants to present it as the ultimate trump card of the EV world. That is, when other companies will be busy with charging infrastructure and improving battery efficiency, then Tesla will put a completely new card on the table. A battery that will not be dependent on lithium and will be better than it in every respect. Imagine, what will be the condition of other companies at that time when they will have invested billions of dollars in lithium batteries and Tesla will take a completely different path and capture the market? But Tesla's strategy is not limited to its cars only. Musk knows that the world needs a revolution at every level of energy storage, not just EVs. With this thinking, Tesla has already started projects like Powerwall and Megapack. Powerwall is a battery installed in homes that connects to solar panels to power the entire home, while Megapack works as a power backup for cities and industries on a large scale. Now imagine, if new non-lithium batteries are installed in these systems, then not only cars, but entire cities will start running on cheap and safe energy. This is the vision that Musk repeatedly puts forward to the world. The future of sustainable energy. There is another big advantage of Tesla's secret approach: control over the market. If they suddenly launch this battery, it will take years for other companies to copy it and take it to mass production. By that time, Tesla will have a golden opportunity to become the market leader. And everyone knows that Elon Musk does not just want profit. He enjoys changing the game of the entire industry. Finally, it is important to understand that Tesla's strategy is not just to create a new battery, but to redesign the entire energy industry. This technology can be used simultaneously in cars, homes, and grid systems. This will make Tesla not just a car company, but the world's largest energy company. Impact on the auto industry. Imagine, if Tesla really brings a battery that works without lithium and is better than it in every respect, then the auto industry will suffer the biggest blow. Today, companies like BYD, Toyota, Honda, and NIO are standing in front of Tesla in the EV race. BYD has made a stronghold in China. Toyota relies on hybrid engines. Honda is slowly moving into EVs, and NIO is in the headlines for its technology and battery swap system. But if Tesla suddenly comes up with a completely different level of battery, then all these companies will go on the back foot. They have invested billions of dollars in lithium batteries, and research, manufacturing, supply chain, everything depends on it. In such a situation, the new non-lithium battery will force them to either give up their old strategy or lag years behind Tesla. Now, let's talk about government policies and support. Today, most governments in the world are promoting EVs. For this, subsidies are given, a network of charging stations is created, and efforts are made to move people from petrol and diesel to electric. But the basis of all this is lithium battery. Governments also know that lithium is limited, and its prices are constantly increasing. If a company like Tesla gives an alternative that is not dependent on lithium, then the governments will immediately change their policies. They will focus more on new battery technology and transfer funding and subsidy there. This means that the rules and planning for the entire auto industry will change. The impact of this change will not be limited to car companies only, but will also affect oil companies and countries producing lithium. Even today, the world's big oil companies are worried that their demand is decreasing due to the increasing trend of EVs. If EVs become even cheaper and powerful, the market for petrol and diesel will shrink rapidly. This will have a big impact on the economy of oil-dependent countries like Saudi Arabia. Similarly, the countries which are becoming rich today from the supply of lithium, like Chile, Argentina, and China, they will also be worried. If the need for lithium ends, then their biggest business will be in danger. In fact, this battery of Tesla is not just about technology, but about changing the power balance of the entire world. Till date, resources like oil and lithium used to decide which country is strong and which is weak. But if the new battery technology becomes successful, then the power will go to those countries and companies that will control this technology. And in this case, Tesla is already at the forefront. So it is clear that this revolution of Tesla will not just be a headache for the auto industry, but a question of survival. Other companies will be forced to chase Tesla or get out of the market. Governments will have to change their policies, and economies running on oil and lithium will have to find a new way. This is why it is being said, if this battery really comes, then it will not be just a technology, but will be the biggest game-changing revolution in the world. If anything is called the most valuable and strategic resource in today's world, then it is lithium. People also jokingly call this metal white gold, and its importance is considered more than oil in today's era. The reason is clear. Batteries of electric cars, mobiles, laptops, storage systems, everything is dependent on lithium. If there is no lithium, the entire EV industry will stop. But the problem is that lithium is not available everywhere. Its supply is in the hands of only a few countries, and this is the reason why it has turned into a power game. First of all, let us understand where lithium is found. The world's largest lithium reserves are in Chile, Argentina, and Bolivia, which people call the Lithium Triangle. Along with this, China is the biggest player in this game because it not only extracts lithium from its reserves, but also processes lithium from the whole world. That is, lithium may be mined in South America, but its real ownership is with China, because it has control over the entire supply chain, from mining to battery manufacturing. This is the reason why countries like America and Europe are most worried today. Now just think, when such a big technology industry becomes dependent on just a few countries, how much pressure can those countries exert? For example, if tomorrow Chile or China decide to reduce the export of lithium, then the prices of EVs will start skyrocketing. The production of car companies will stop, and the rest of the world will be left with no other option. This is exactly like what used to happen during the oil era. When the price of oil increased, the economy of the whole world would shake. Now, the same game is happening with lithium. China's hold is the strongest in this matter. It knows that if lithium is in its fist, then the EV industry of the whole world will dance to its tune. This is the reason why America is constantly trying to diversify the lithium supply in some way. That is, buy it from different countries. But the truth is that mining lithium is not an easy task. It requires thousands of liters of water, large mines, and a lot of money. Also, the environment also gets damaged a lot. In such a situation, not every country can extract it easily. So why is lithium called white or gold? Because it is the new treasure of today's era. Just like gold and oil were the symbols of human strength in the old times, lithium is playing the same role now. Every company and every country is in a race to get it. Auto companies like Tesla, BYD, Toyota want to have assurance of lithium supply. Otherwise, their business will be in danger. And the countries that extract lithium understand this very well. This is the reason why they keep changing their prices and policies according to their benefit. The most dangerous aspect of this entire power game is that lithium is limited. As the demand for EVs increases, the consumption of lithium will also skyrocket. Reports say that if everything continues at this speed, then in the next few decades, the shortage of lithium will increase so much that it will become difficult to make batteries. And if the supply decreases, the prices will be so high that EVs will be out of the reach of the common man. So it is clear that lithium is no longer just a metal, but has become a strategic weapon. The country that has it can exert pressure on the rest of the world. That is why companies like Tesla and many research labs are constantly trying to find an alternative to lithium. Because as long as the world depends on white gold, the power game will remain in the hands of a few countries, and everyone else will be forced to follow their terms.